Setting the local recordings. Local recordings on.
Betwixt the raising of the undying emperor and the great planar war that shook the heavens, there was an age of contradiction, where cannons won kingdoms and muskets kept the peace. A brave few won the hearts of the conquered and conquerors alike. Of these we speak of the decline of the great kingdoms and cultures under the heel of empire. Of those we speak of gladiators and the untold thousands that worshipped them. Of this, an age of glory, where kings would be slaves and the gladiator would be king.
Greetings and welcome to Die Dragon Die presents the Dread and Circus campaign. I'm your DM and host Marty, joined by the full crew tonight. How is everyone doing? Let me unmute their mics and make this a hot mic zone. Hot mic zone.
Oh,
Hallelujah. Hallelujah. How you guys doing?
What's happening? What's happening?
What's going on this nice Thursday night, huh?
I'm trying to digest a pound of beef while trying to also level up my characters because apparently I'm an idiot and I didn't do that.
Now you know what it's like to be fasting, huh?
Yeah, see?
Oh, dude, I finally picked the 215-pound stone off the ground, and that thing has been the bane of my existence for a while. At the competition, there's a 250 and a 275. The 275 is probably out of my reach, but the 250 might be, with some tacky and some fresh arms. So.
Just make sure you got the plug.
The squat plug.
Excellent.
Either that or a tray.
No, it's a light event. To be perfectly honest, it's like a technique thing. The heavy stuff is like the carries and the like the log is kind of heavy. Deadlifts are pretty light.
Cool. So you're lifting heavy things off the ground.
lifting heavy things, and then it's like, we have a long weekend. What's my plan for the long weekend? Go to the gym 3 times. Is kind of eat all the food and go to the gym a bunch and keep picking up the stupid stone. Why don't you move? And then a dude half my size picks it up, and you're like, ah!
Leverage is a
But I'm
thing.
stronger than you.
Leverage is a thing.
I know, because I deadlift 200 pounds more than you. I deadlift you more than you. How come you can pick it up and I can't? Oh my god. It's very frustrating.
Yeah. 200 pounds, that's my
We
weight.
find out I pick up rocks for a living. That's all I do.
Like, oh well.
So most of the people,
Okay.
I hang out with at the gym are much more physical beings when it comes to their jobs than I am currently. Pushing those ones and zeros around.
Carry one. I get a lot of exercise in my job.
They're very heavy. Oh my god, do you see the size of the file that I reviewed?
I highly doubt Adam is doing assembly. And even then, that's not ones and zeros.
It's not ones and zeros.
Hexadecimal, man.
It's like, all right, Adam, it's time to launch a spaceship. Are you ready?
Currently
Adam's like 110101. It's not one. Everyone just waits for 10 minutes. Good day to you too, Adam.
I have had to debug code in assembly, and I've also had to code like network cores or video cores in assembler. to do like bitwise math. That sucks. It's not fun. He's not user friendly.
No idea. Good luck with that. I'll look for that.
All right, so lifting heavy things and assembly. Ahmed, what's going on with you, man?
Enjoying the summer, which is rainy.
Yes.
It's also May, so
Yeah. It shouldn't be raining that much.
I haven't been able to cut my lawn because it's still a small lake. I have not. Half my yard I haven't seen this year. And it's not like it's a low point. It's just everything else is also like there's a bunch of flooding in Ontario.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's good times.
So I've got seaweed growing in part of my yard. And I've got grass that's 3 feet tall because I can't cut the damn stuff because it's always wet.
Crocodile running by.
Let us not get into a discussion about global warming and let's just not go there. Not a political channel, even though it's yes.
I haven't been able to do airsoft yet because of all the weather. I'm trying to get as much D&D in before I go to Egypt for 3 weeks,
Nice.
and then
Where they probably want some of our water problems. Mark, every time I look at you, it looks like you're wearing this funny hat.
I know the little band here. It's a little band.
No, the red and white thing behind you. It looks like a red pom pom now.
It's a dollar store Chinese lantern is what it is.
Okay.
My wife thought it'd be fun for her birthday.
Mm-hmm. I really
Put
like
out
your pom pom.
lanterns and stuff for like Chinese New Year and other stuff. Just because we never did that anywhere else, but because there's very few Chinese people in the area that I'm in, Jessica feels obligated.
All right.
So they know.
She's representing yo.
Exactly. It's
funny.
because when we were in places where like that was normal, she'd be like, "That's stupid,
There's not a lot of
stupid and gaudy."
there's not a lot of O'Malley's and O'Grady's around here. I don't feel I need to go around getting drunk all the time.
All right, just gonna shake my head at that. His name is Mark. He lives at. All right. For me, looking forward to game on Saturday. We're gonna do the Arlen quest stuff on Saturday as they kick off that particular leg. I figured that would be a good quest to do on Saturday, given that Mark can't play on Saturday. So
Workshops.
long term, we'll have to figure out what character you're going to play when we spend time doing that leg of the journey. Maybe Phineas gets roped in as he goes, "Shadow thing is bad." What the fuck? The Doomsday Clock?
Doomsday, huh?
Yeah, exactly. What? Maybe he gets involved in that.
Well, or then we'll find him in. Not Vatapole. We'll find him at like the port city, the capital. Oh, well, it sounds dangerous over there. Let's go the other way.
Oh yeah, last
Find him
game.
in a hallway cry.
Excellent segue, Demon Lord. He's like, get on with it. All right, so why don't we do a recap of what happened last game? Last game was called Rock and Roll. Episode 402, following the riddle of the skull of Skeltar, Damien, Ashoka, Magnus, and Sid, along with their new recruit Tronogosh, visit the jungle-covered Isle of Golso and search for the mountain that can see. Along the way, they encounter things that explain why men avoid the island and find traces of an ancient civilization long lost. Near the summit of Golso Gek, they find the ruins of an ancient city with an incredibly powerful guardian within. Hashtag Ettenlife.
That was not the Etten was not the powerful thing.
No.
We found two powerful things.
Maybe
Every
I should
place
put
had a powerful
hashtag Ettenlife near Tronogosh's name. There we go.
Yeah.
Hashtag Ettenlife.
Yes,
Right.
because otherwise it sounds like, oh, we were scared of the Etten. No, that was not. We like the Etten.
I think we left off with the what is it called? The dexterous setting.
Going, screw you guys.
Yep. They were setting course for where? Were they going back to Skelter?
I think they're supposed to go. They were supposed to go back to Skelter.
You know, I don't think we finished that negotiation. I think everyone was tired, or we were dropping off, or Mark's audio or something. So what did? Let's finish off that negotiation. What are you saying to the captain of the Dexterous before you leave?
What do you mean you're not coming back? All you have to do is park the boat.
If what you did caused that tidal wave, we're lucky to have survived it.
This is that evening.
Yep.
Yeah.
Ashoka is not being cocky because he can't see.
Oh,
Right.
that's right. You're blind.
Blind as a bat.
I stared into the face of a god. A god I might be able to potty train.
Potty train.
Do you want a soul? Does God you want a soul? He's a sacrifice.
We've already determined how to not have that happen again. It won't be an issue when we return.
Fucking bastard.
All right. Magnus is there too.
Jumped off a cliff. You don't know I jumped off a cliff, didn't you? I was strangling that little bastard on the way down.
Well, Magnus, I'm sorry to say that was a very poor decision, now wasn't it?
It was the best decision. You see how big that thing was? It was coming like this, and I had to jump.
No one ever asks how I feel.
How do you feel, Sid?
I'm just strangling me.
Well, that's too
I
bad.
didn't have a choice. Fall out of the sky. See what you're gonna do.
Well, in the future, Magnus, it's probably best you don't strangle your teleporter.
I was trying to. I mean, you seem like a medium creature holding onto a tiny bat and trying to fly.
There. Won't happen again.
Does not.
It
You level
won't.
yet?
And we're on the right path, so...
Yeah, but what are we gonna do?
to get by the giant hulking monster, you mean?
Yeah.
We're going to give it what it wants.
I'm not going back there.
Oh no, not you. Of course not. Far too valuable an asset to the dear Ludus.
Let's go with a sword.
Okay,
Oh,
so
no.
so Captain
We'll find
Beechwood
some other
is
poor wretch.
Captain. Are you saying this in front of Captain Beechwood, or are you?
It sounds like this is like.
Yeah.
There's been comments to him interjected throughout
Yep.
this.
Yep. Well, definitely not going back to that island. That's what he says.
Oh no, not you. Oh no, your wonderful captain and your crew is great. A volunteer who needs some money.
Well, we probably shouldn't volunteer. No, I'm not volunteering for that one.
You don't want to volunteer, Tronagos.
No, you don't.
Oh, that's what we said. I think that's what we said.
We'll find the right person for the job. Don't worry.
So, are we dropping you off somewhere? Or are you going back into your closet and teleporting away?
Yeah, we're close enough to Canterport. Oh, let me speak with our wizard.
All right, I'll be right next door. He divvied the captain's quarters into 2 sets of quarters so he could entertain crazy and wealthy people like yourselves. He steps away while you guys are going to talk amongst yourselves.
We definitely fit the category of crazy and wealthy.
Yep.
Ashoka, do you have the magics to teleport us back home?
Not this day.
And I shall inform the captain we'll be leaving in the morrow. Get your rest.
Well, here's to not getting seasick.
I'll find you a bucket. Captain!
Give me a second. 9, 4, 5, 0.
I think not having eyes would make you less prone to seasickness. Because I think it's an interaction between your ear and your eyes. So.
Not. It might help. It might help. Actually.
I wouldn't suggest making yourself blind if you were seasick, though. I don't think that would.
No.
Kenny, we hit over 100 episodes with the Dread Circus campaign alone. I just wanted to thank some of our regular viewers, including yourself, for supporting us through all this time and hanging out with us while we do what one of the most our favorite thing to do is. So, just wanted to say thanks. I'm not going to be able to do that every month, but this month, for a select few of you, you get to use the emotes and such. Thanks. Let us continue. Oh, who is Chernogosh? Well, he's Trono. I'm Gosh, and I'm Gosh. He's Trono. We're mercenaries. Are we still hired? Are we still counting?
Of course we're still counting. We haven't gotten to the goal yet.
All right, yeah.
We just need to find some more suitable skulls to crush.
Yeah. Perhaps if you found a bunch of easy ones for us to crush, we get to our total faster. I don't think that's what he's optimizing for. I suppose he'd make it all hard. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking after all those monkey skulls.
Where did you learn the word optimizing, Gosh?
Oh, well, we was listening to, where was that, the witch? Yeah, she said optimizing. That's right. We knows what it means, just don't ask us to spell it. Yeah, we's awful at spelling.
Don't need you to spell.
We do's like magic. Yeah, we's curious about it.
I'm certain there are many ways to enact magics.
Enact. That's a good one.
To produce. Many ways.
Alright.
I'm assuming Ettins have a decent wisdom score?
Chernogosh actually has a decent charisma.
Woo!
And his character sheet is actually in the OneNote.
Ooh.
Because it's fun to do the, like, Trono is a bard and Gosh is a fighter or something like that.
I gave him some powers, so this is Marty digging into it would be so much easier if he was mythic. So what I did for Chernogosh, at least for now,
I say that about all my characters.
he is a fighter 1 Etten 6, but Etten, using the monster building rules, a 6-level monster collapses to 3 levels over 20 levels. So eventually he could be a 17th level something. For now, he's just 2 classes. Perhaps later he could have a schism and his 2 heads could have different classes. Cool. Or one gets the main class and one gets the Gestalt. Maybe might be the way to handle that. But I'm thinking there might even be like one head gets a main, the other one gets a main, and then they both have the Gestalt. So yeah, he's pretty strong. He does have heroic stuff. He did boost his charisma with 1 level increase. He could have a charisma of 14, which makes him a viable bard,
Paladin.
sorcerer.
Low-level sorcerer?
Blood Rager.
Yeah, Blood Rager.
I gave him some non-standard Etten powers. One is called 2 Heads. Casters can choose to target one or both heads as separate creatures.
Had enough of your lip, Frodo!
2 Brains. Anytime a heroic Etten attempts a will save, it rolls twice. Given that he's got a +3 on his will save, that's probably going to be used quite often.
Can you call yourself a Circus toy?
And then this one I struggled with, but I'm like, when fighting, they can either choose to use the superior two-weapon fighting or fight with a one-handed weapon as separate creatures. The creature may also take separate move actions for each head if these actions involve manipulating things with one arm. So you could move, and then one of them could open a door, and the other one could close it, like something along those
weird
lines.
combos in there.
Yeah. Yep. What else is of note? He has improved Shield Bash with his first level fighter feat, and right now he's using the Gorilla's Axe, the +1 Keen Hand Axe, and then the +1 Bashing Shield in his other hand.
And out there, Fleas is like, what the fuck? Come on! What the fuck?
He's only a seventh. He's a very beefy 7th level character who's accruing some XP towards 8th. Kenny, building this character, I think that if Marty creates a new world, I think, and just because there's only a few of us here, I think Marty will create a race of Ettins, and they're not going to look like two fucking like hill giants smushed together. They'll look like noble, giantish people crammed together. And I think there could be all sorts of fun rules for an Ettin-like race.
Yeah.
Do you remember the Cyclops rules that they used in Pathfinder?
Which one?
They have like they're like
The prescience.
neutral good, and then once per day they just like I roll a 20.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
The godly like powers that I'm taking from 3rd edition, where gods just roll 20s on d20s, and that's how they fight.
Yes.
One eye each, so Cyclop Ettin, which would, yeah, that's pretty cool. Also pretty weird, but this is Tronogosh. Thanks for asking. All right, so you guys were making
been a
plans.
long day.
I wasn't really paying attention. I was trying to figure out gifting. Damien went to go find the captain.
Damien was diplomacying the captain by kind of insinuating that he was cowardly a little bit, or
So,
by being Damien.
what'd your wizard say?
We'll be leaving in the morrow. We've used our magics for the day.
It's all right. You've paid for it. Although the next leg of our journey is to be determined.
Well, I mean, if you haven't the stomach for what we're doing, I suppose I have to find another ship.
If you tell me what it is that
Ship,
you're...
Adam? We don't even need a ship anymore, do we? You could just teleport to the island, can't you?
Yeah.
We can reach it. It'll take a bunch of hops to get there.
It's a fair number of spells, and then
Yeah.
I think from there, we now should be able to teleport gank your brother. We should be able to telegank him, because from the island, I think we're close enough to telegank.
Yeah.
I doubt whatever the point we're supposed to go to is more than 1,000 miles
Yeah.
from this island if we're supposed to see it.
I think we're done.
Can we scry on them?
Well, we need to bring a Zed or somebody to scry.
Oh yeah. Well,
All right.
at this point, if we're making trips, we may as well bring the whole gang to just dominate the island.
It's been a strange voyage, is what he says. He tips his hat.
Yes. Well, we thank you for your professionalism.
I think the crew will be quite happy that we're not going back to Golso. That place got all sorts of stories. All wrong ones.
Well, there'll be one more story when we're done.
You're going back?
Yes, we are. We have unfinished business there.
Any particular reason why?
Well, my brother's there.
Ah.
Can't leave my brother there. Poor soul won't last.
Men don't last long on that island.
Oh,
I'm guessing by the tiger carcasses that you dragged back. You figured out why.
fucking animals.
And worse.
Yes, there's some terrible creatures, to be sure.
We should have skinned the gorillas.
Well, you seem to be able to just come to my ship whenever you want. I'm assuming it has something to do with that weird sigil you keep on painting on my wall.
Yes. Like, what of it?
And if the sigil is there when you leave...
Well, I could certainly return to negotiate another deal with you, couldn't I?
All right. It'll take us a bit of time to get back to friendlier ports. I'll tell you what, I'll leave the sigil there for 10 days. After that, it'll be white. It'll be washed off with bleach.
Certainly. That sounds fair.
Invisible ink on the ceiling.
Do it under the bed. They won't look
Okay,
here.
he shakes your hand.
It's been a pleasure doing business with you, Captain.
You'll
And if you're looking for a more permanent position, the Van Imp family might have some openings in the future. You and your crew.
I'm far from retirement, as long as you take that Etten creature with you.
Oh, yes, he's coming with us.
Who's to argue with a reasonable man with deep pockets?
Only a fool would argue with a reasonable man with deep pockets.
Okay, he smiles and leaves you to your thing. He goes about barking orders to his crew.
Alright, Damien gets a bucket for Ashoka in case he gets sick.
Just a bucket's put down in front of blind Ashoka, who's swaying in the boat.
There we go.
And then I think we figured out it takes you 2 hops to get back to Vatapole, and you're able to do those teleports. In fact, we rolled those teleports at the beginning of the night. However, that 2 hops, Ashoka, you can only bring 3, correct?
Now he can bring 4.
I have to level.
Now he can bring 3.
So what are you doing with Tronogosh?
Just leave him there, and then when we come back with Sid,
I think we teleport home in one day.
Yep.
Use the sigil to come back, and then teleport again with just Sid, Ashoka, Tronogosh.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you're basically using a couple of days to bring everyone back to Vatapole. Okay, great. I'm going to move your miniatures back to the Vatapole map.
next morning, Sid gives you a remove blindness.
Which does get rid of the blindness.
Thank you. I was waiting for Marty to say something.
All right, I'm on the Vatapole map. Let's have a look at the Conclave plans. So that ferrying around did take some time. Let's have a look at the Conclave sheet to make sure that we know what week we're in. There we go. We've got that week going to Skelter. Taking you got a day there. You spent 3 days on the island, 2 days coming back, 1 day at sea. So yeah, you are already into by 1 day the week 47, which is fine. But you do teleport Tronogosh back to the Ludus. So he is a guest of your Ludus, I think, at this
Yes,
point.
he is a guest of our Ludus. Here's a
I like the snickering.
His job is to keep Ashoka safe.
Right, you've hired him as a merc to smash skulls.
And eventually we'll teach him to respond to ah and ka as names.
just out of curiosity, what are the rights of, say, like a two-headed giant, according to the Imperium?
Give me a profession lawyer check or a knowledge local.
32.
He is technically a subject. He wasn't captured. He lived in an independent territory, so that starts to muddy the waters a little bit, as the people of Skelter are not imperial citizens or subjects.
Are they considered enemies of the Imperium?
There would be probably some clause that would make him a de facto subject of the Imperium.
Okay.
He is definitely in a gray area, as are many people from Stygia who are currently being conquered. This is the time to fill one's stables full of slaves.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Maybe we'll just nah.
You could Damien could definitely take advantage of the situation.
No. Well, right now he's Ashoka's toy right now. If Ashoka wants some paperwork done, we'll do some paperwork.
Got it.
Once Ashoka finds out that there's a problem with our previous priest, then that's what we're sticking Damien on.
All right, so you find out there's some problem with your previous priest, and we need to plan your next week in the Conclave. We're gonna do one more week because it feels like you guys are gonna do like training and that sort of thing.
Yep.
So homebrew rules for monster creature building. Were you going to? There's another conversation. Okay. Okay. What is Ashoka doing? Are you self-training?
Train. Master in the city.
Yeah, let's have a look at the training rules. These are the same rule set that we used for Legends. A 12th level character requires 1,100 gold pieces and 10 days of training. You could fast train for 2,200 gold.
Done.
Okay.
Give me a second. I have to open up the sheet.
Magnus, are you training?
Yeah, I've got a level.
For your level? Okay. Are you spending the 2,200? Or is the Ludus spending money for the Masters?
Ludus.
Yep.
Okay. Sid, training for his level?
Yep.
Zed's got a fight, so he's got to wait for his training till next.
Oh shit.
Okay.
Damien, you're training?
Yeah.
Who's paying for your training, Damien? And 11th level characters have to pay the same amount as 12th. So.
Like going to, yeah, okay, I know what you're saying. Damien's gonna just take it from the Ludus, really, because he's a dick.
Okay, Ashoka, do you okay the training amount for Damien, or
As long as he's been paying for stuff, sure. We'll see how the treasure gets. It will be brought up later when we're divvying the spoils from knocking over the pirates.
okay?
If we feel we have been wronged.
Okay, so that's 5 times 2,200. 11,000, 11 talents.
Sid, Ashoka, Damien, Magnus. Who's the fifth?
Zed, Ashoka, Magnus, Sid, Damien, Zed.
Zed is the week afterwards.
Yeah, well, you could just subtract. it
I
now.
can do it now.
Yep.
Yeah, Phineas will be paying for his own, obviously.
Right, and Phineas will pay out of his own. His will. I'm not going to keep track of the chronological XP. Like he's about Phineas is about 4 weeks behind. I'm fine with him receiving the XP in the past. That is so much extra bookkeeping.
Yep.
Nope, not going to do it. Is it fun for me? No. No. Nope. Is it fun for the players? Yep. Yep, they're getting the break. Sona, what is he doing this week? He was doing whip classes last week.
Very effectively, I might add.
Yep.
He doesn't have a... Aren't we fighting this week?
Czargon and Zed have fights.
Okay. He will attend the fights.
Okay, so he's gonna play Bard.
Yep.
Fleas?
Fleas is... He did a Medicus last turn, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Does he level or no?
Fleas is close to leveling. I don't think he has enough XP. Let's just take a look here.
He kills rats in the basement.
Fleas is at 7155, and you need... I think I have XP chart in here. You need 77 for 8th level.
Okay. Fleas is going to... Fleas did all right in the tournament. We're going to have Fleas do a stand-up comedy or shield. He's going to teach people to punch with a shield. Come and learn how to punch people's heads off with a shield.
Okay, so he's
By the mighty
going to try to make them loot us some money.
Effectively, or fame. More care about the fame, but money too. Yeah.
Okay.
Shield.
So he's gonna
Come on.
He's gonna show up. He's gonna show up some shield masters. All right.
I want some really nice dandy to show up and be like, "Oh, please take me into your arms. Take me away."
Please, take me into your arms.
What are you doing to Droll? Strength training, it looks like.
Yep.
Your facilities and resources, you have seven dice in training.
Okay.
So that sounds like he's continuing strength training.
Mm-hmm.
All 7 dice or no?
Yeah.
Quailsy and Nova. You receive a report from 6 that Quailsy and Nova have been kind of slacking off while on guard duty. They use that as an excuse to slack off.
Well then.
Really?
Well, Nova's gonna maintain the guard thing, but she's doing guard for the for going to the thing.
Yep.
Quailsy, on the other hand, is... Well, look at all those zeros. Let's make one of those things more than 0.
Let's start with
An attitude correction.
we need to start with soul.
Normally, I think it's you bump morale and then you bump attitude.
Is Nova Gestalt?
Yeah.
Yeah, she's a fighter cleric, I think.
Okay. Just updating a bonus there.
Okay. So yeah, we will teach her the importance of hard work and how fun it is to be part of the Conclave. Through
Everything is awesome.
Well,
Everything is good when you're part of a team.
wait a sec. Wait. Maybe because Nova is a priest. Nova is a priest, and she's a priest of a god that is kind of okay with fighting. And let me just check Quailsy. I think Quailsy's like a rogue barbarian.
Isn't she a priest of Cord?
No,
Nova's a priest of Lurg.
Of Lurg.
The old god of beasts. I think that is very similar to Cord.
Yep. Could we have Nova stepping in for priest training or priestly stuff this week?
you could promote Nova to your religion. That's basically saying that Lurg is now your Ludus's patron god. Let's just have a look at Lurg. I think Lurg serves Cord. Let's have a look at Lurg. Main article, Lurg.
Lurg is just one of those names where it's like, are you sure you didn't miss a vowel in there somewhere, or a consonant, or...
It just redirected to itself. That's stupid.
Although she has perform, but she does not have heal.
Yeah, it's kind of an uncivilized god. It's very naturey. It might be more appropriate for the beast tamers.
Yeah. Okay. That's fine. We'll entertain Quailzy, and we'll actually. What's
Lurg has a friendly rivalry with Cord because they both are gods of strength.
Yep.
Yeah. All right. We'll keep Nova on the doing the guard thing, and we'll have Quailzy to be entertained, to be more enthused, to be part of the brainwashed. We'll just
Okay. You've got.
Eventually, Ashoka's going to have to talk to the snake lady. Eventually.
All right. So she's got.
In our Ludus or the one in the beast?
The one that has like arms and legs.
Just refresh here.
Hey,
6.
Ashoka, are you still blind?
What is 6
No.
doing?
6 is going. 6 is going to help the spy network. We are finding information. We want to know when he's leaving, where the caravan is going, everything. Tell me everything.
Okay, you're trying to hunt down this priest.
We are hunting down this priest.
I gave you his name already, didn't I?
Yep.
What was his name?
We are going to. Although actually, with 6, I might be able to do do a bad thing to him. Although I kind of wanted to maybe do that by my own hand.
Consume him and then have him apologize for all the terrible things he said to the wonderful Ashoka. How wrong he was to say those things.
It's the Gundir Sun.
Okay.
His left hand is cursed. He only wears a glove on his left hand. He's being smuggled out of the city, and he is heading east.
So you're spying on Gundir.
Yes, we are trying to basically next week. I want to be able to strike at him with Ashoka effectively.
Okay, so you've got both 6 and the Ashoka network going towards that.
Yes, I want to know everything. I want to know how many sugars go in his coffee. Like.
All right, and then what is the Ludus spy network doing?
The Ludus spy network is going to be. We're putting everything towards that. We need to get. Actually, I want to start putting them to get a feel on what the end of season is going to look like.
End of season? Question mark. Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
All right. So you've subtracted the money for the trainings. Oh no, are there any role-playing encounters that the masters and others want to do? And then, are you booking any fights and that sort of thing? So, Ashoka, any RP encounters? The next week is also the final match, the championship match of the Tournament of the Blood Rose.
It's not this week, it's next week, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Barak Tarn versus Xanadu.
There is something on the news.
Ashoka wants to go to the tower to see if he can discern this ring that Lanziver should have placed there.
Okay, so you're gonna go check out the tower.
Yep.
Magnus.
Magnus, we have marketing of +4, don't we? Are they doing anything?
Nope.
Okay. Magnus wants.
Do we have any treasure we're trying to sell from our adventure?
D100 Pathfinders! Hey, cool. Welcome to the channel, folks. We are playing Dread Circus, and we're playing the Masters of the Conclave of Crimson Scale. There are 3 separate adventuring groups out there, effectively, and we're planning out one of their gladiator turns, a way to manage time, fights, training, that sort of thing. Magnus, what were you asking about?
So Magnus wants to send the market guys out to look for a ring of featherfall for him.
Okay. They've got a 4 dice, so you've got. Let me just keep track of this somewhere. Under facilities and personnel, we've got market, and they've got a power of 4. So you are going to roll 4 dice while you've got other people searching for a particular ring. Withersands, thanks for the follow. Welcome to the channel. Let us know if you have any questions.
Do we want them looking for that, or do we want them looking for something like a rope check or what have you, wand?
So Max is like, hey guys, you know, after our recent encounter, me jumping off a cliff.
Go for it.
Yeah, that's what I thought. This is Magnus, who is Arnold. Someone.
Magnus.
Yeah, guys, go look for a ring of featherfall for me.
Yep, that's fine. That's what they're built to do. Your market facilities are not that big, so it might take them a couple of
3
turns.
successes.
Oh, you're rolling already?
It's a 3 ring. It's 3 ring. 2200.
Ring of Feather Fall. Effectively is 2 and a little bit of talents. You need 5 successes for that.
Damn it. Okay, so
So you've got
3 successes.
3 out of 5 successes for them to do that. Great. So they're searching high and low for that ring, and it represents a bunch of like 1st and 2nd level expert merchants looking on your behalf. Sona is playing Bard for the fights, so that is fine. Fleas is teaching people how to do shield fighting. Give me 10 dice. Fleas has a power of 10.
One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 successes.
Okay, this was enough to net you 1 talent and a half, so 1,500 gold pieces. You also know that there were some gladiators from the Knights of the Broken Shield that came to watch what Fleas was teaching.
Then you gotta bring it up and bash him in the face with it, and you bring it back, and then you get him.
They were watching Fleas' technique.
Apparently, when you put the spike in their head, they die.
If you mess up a little bit and you get them right to the bridge of the nose, then the brain turns off.
And that is Fleas. He is a noble gladiator, a sword and board fighter, who happened to kill, by accident, the primus of another gladiator school.
Oh, he kind of didn't mean to. Oopsie, but he was kind of a jerk. He teed people.
Czargon, Sed, and Scarab all have fights this week. We'll get to those in a moment. Drull, you are strength training Drull. Give me 7 dice. You need 4 more successes, or sorry, 3 more successes to train up his strength. 3. You got all 3. Okay, so up his strength by 1.
Okay.
Low stat characters can be trained for ability scores in this campaign. Quailsy, you are entertaining Quailsy. You're trying to show her that the Ludus is not such a bad thing, that being a gladiator as part of the Conclave of Crimson Scale has its benefits. Wine, men and or women, pampering, massages, baths. Give
This
me
doesn't work. We're gonna dominate. So
give me 5 dice as you're trying to improve her morale.
next step is magic. Oh, 4 successes.
Okay. Yeah, her morale is shifted by 1. She is. You catch her enjoying some of the pampering that she's received. She spent a lot of the time just idle, sort of like moping around your Ludus. Finally, she's getting some attention as she fought Riznar from the coalition of the Black Crucible, and then received some training. So you're not ignoring her anymore. Nova is guarding her fellow gladiators when going to the fights, so we will drag her off to do that. Ashoka and the Spy Network. You're spying on the cleric Gundir Soon, who is the... You didn't know his name because he is a masked theologian, a follower of the old god of strength, Cord, who abandoned your Ludus when he started to see all sorts of wrongness going on behind the scenes. That the Ludus itself and the masters were not chaotic and good, freedom-loving masters. They were pretty much the exact opposite.
How dare you violate your contract?
It took him quite some time to realize this, but there was a bit of a shock as he basically quit and then disappeared amongst the ranks of the masked theologians. The Ashoka Network is trying to track him down, however, along with the Doppelganger 6. You've got 26 dice. Now, this is an opposed roll because the masked theologians in general are quite secretive and do employ tactics like moving from house to house and not staying in one place, wearing masks, covering their identities. So when you start trying to poke around in the thing that they're doing, there is a conflict, basically. So their role is, oh my goodness, that roll sucked.
How many dice do I have?
You have 26. If you could roll them in 2 batches, a batch of 12 and a batch of 14, that would be best.
So that cancels out, and then a whole bunch of wins.
And he's still got 13 left. 14 left.
Okay, so push, and then win.
6 wins.
As many wins as
So
plowed.
So there was a bit of cat and mouse games, but eventually there were just too many spies that were put onto this case. Okay, so I'm going to tell you 6 things about where this particular priest is going, and for that, I think I need to switch maps to the world map.
I want to know where he's going to be next week, because I want to basically introduce him to a friend of mine.
Say hello to our little friend.
It's been a long time since somebody deserved me actually killing them with my own killing techniques.
Okay, we have the world map. The world is large. It is round.
It is round.
It is round. We've got Vatapol, which is this little dot right here underneath Crazy Magnus and Ashoka. You learn that the road west is sort of the inverse of the road of sorrow. Many of the followers and priests, the old gods, are traveling west because their gods still listen to them in the west.
East?
East, my bad.
Yep.
West is the road of sorrow, east, right. The road east, the first stopping point is actually not too far away from Vatapol itself. It is an old cemetery that dates back from a royal cemetery or a noble cemetery that dates back to before the coming of the Empire. It's no longer used, as there are no royal families. It might still be used by some of the old aristocracy. It is called the Cemetery of Twin Scythes, and it is the first stopping point for major caravans headed east in this manner. There are, in some of the crypts and areas of the Cemetery of the Twin Scythes, minor temples. Small places that the five-faced god had not wiped away or that did not plunder, kind of beneath. They're more like shrines. They're kind of beneath the purview of the church that is as large and grand as the five-faced god. If the caravan's big enough, they will go there before heading east to give offerings to the old gods. Now, if it's big enough, the Cemetery of the Twin Scythes, it's like a necropolis, like a small city worth of graves, and it's very dangerous to go to because it's not well maintained any longer, and undead are a threat.
It's a place where you could disappear. Oh.
So you find that he is going to be part of, or is in a caravan that it's on his way to the Cemetery of the Twin Scythes. The next step of their journey will bring them to the capital of Vaed.
Is it called Vaed?
Yep. It's the Duchy of Vaed, and the city is called Vaed. This is the city where, just for player information, this is the city where Sam was reincarnated. This place is known to be friendly to the old gods. Under the purview of Sylvanus, it's really only druids of the old gods that might not go there. Because Sylvanus is the tender, he is the gardener, he is the one that tames nature on behalf of the five-faced god and the Imperium for which that rules over it. Druids probably wouldn't like them too much, so probably not too many druids of Obad High going there. Of course, druids have other ways of traveling if they're more powerful. They'd likely keep a low profile in Vaed, whereas the other fates, you do find out that Vaed would be a viable stopping point as they were heading east. And this particular caravan plans to go there after making offerings at the Cemetery of Twin Scythes.
And about how, can we pull up the map for a second?
The map is up.
Oh, never mind. Can I use my own map to do things?
So how long is the trip to Vaed? Vaed is 600 miles away from Vatapol, and the Cemetery of Twin Scythes is like 10, 15 miles out of the city, maybe 20.
Well, it sounds like one of these places we should probably go check out, you know.
After Vaed, you're not too sure exactly where they would go, whether they would take a boat to go down the river, and take a boat elsewhere, or would they make the overland trek across the road of sorrows or the Imperial Road, as more learned folk call it, to go to Vivernus. You start to enter into territories that may be a little less welcoming for immigrants and religious pilgrims.
Yeah.
But it is a time of great upheaval as the continent of Stygia is currently under siege.
What's also interesting is our druid now has the ability to cast Windwalk, so some of this travel is starting to become super quick.
Yep.
Like Vaed is one long day.
Right. Yeah, the adventure tomorrow, as Arlen is going along the inverse road of sorrow, going east as well, probably won't take as long as it took for you guys to travel west.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
By cart and oxen.
With the Gridlag around, we should be far clouding our way. Everybody's going.
Yep. So,
he's going north.
So you know that he's leaving on a caravan. You know he's already left. You know where the caravan is going. You know that where the caravan will eventually end up. You know that it will be suitably guarded, with probably other priests and their followers. Priests still have money even in these days. So, and the sixth thing.
I'm off the mic for
He probably knows. He's expecting some sort of reprisal. These are he knew that these are the types of people you don't cross, and he did it anyways, and he's fleeing.
Does he have family?
That's kind of one of those follow-ups of like
6 successes, Marty.
Yeah, I gave you. He's left. I counted the things.
Oh, we're still. Don't worry, he will get what is coming to him.
Yeah, the caravan maybe had 40 people in it.
The party will murder them all.
No! Clean!
It's clean if there's no witnesses.
Not that kind of clean.
Oh, and these characters that they're playing are very evil.
Yes, this is the evil group. There's a good good-ish.
There's a neutral group and a good group.
A good-ish group.
Arlen's group is goodish.
All right, are we done with the map, or can I go back to
Yeah,
the
we're
city?
done
Okay.
with the map. Yeah,
Okay.
I've got my distances now.
Cool. Let me just save that, and then we'll go back to the map.
Just send him a sending like, I'll be there soon. Still watching.
Or you said one going, "Oh, bygones be bygones."
Your sister says hi.
Your sister says, "I don't even know." just random menacing nonsense.
You're just gonna gaslight him?
just.
Cord
You
must
will-
be very proud of his cowards. Who run away from fights.
Okay, and give me four dice as your Ludus Spy network. This is the sort of more above board type group. These are the ones that do sort of investigation and scouting into other gladiators.
They have a success.
They
Can you
have
at least tell me
a
what day it's gonna
success.
be?
They tell you apparently the new commissioner is keeping the season end games the cards very close to his chest, and he hasn't announced anything yet. And one of your spies comes back, the ones that rolled the ones here. They both tell you that the commissioner will announce it in due time, and until then, mind your own business.
Apparently, we need to spend more time spying on drug dealers.
So the commissioner knows that you were poking around and asking questions, and
Of course.
you were told to stop.
Oh well. Old habits die hard, Commishy. It's all good.
Yep.
Don't worry, Mr. Chains. We're all friends here. We're all similarly aligned in life.
He may have not liked that too much.
That's alright.
Let me just go to my diplomacy chart and make a note
You
here.
know what else he probably won't like? It's my evil outsider Bane Rapier.
No, he probably would not like that either.
What do you mean? He's just a guy who's really good with chains, and they're extra long for him. And don't worry about it.
And don't worry that they regenerate.
Don't worry that his skin grows back.
So let me just ask you a few questions here to make sure that I've got your feelings toward the other Ludi correct. After I adjust how the commissioner feels about you.
I think we were pretty above board with him. We didn't try to bribe him or anything like that, and we did supply meat for his grinder.
Yep.
Oh.
Just making sure that it wasn't positive. And it's not enough to drive it negative, but it could have got rid of like a helpful or something like that. You could have just asked the commissioner as well instead of sending your peon spies. Okay. The Conclave, from his perspective, anyways. I don't fucking care. The Conclave of Crimson Scale thinks the fallen monastic tradition, the Grand Order of the Fallen monastic traditions are... How would you portray your feeling towards them? And the chart goes from helpful, friendly, indifferent, unfriendly, hostile.
I would say, well, we're at least friendly.
Okay. Civilized House of the Grim Goblin.
At this point, we're indifferent to them because they've been basically tanked. Wait, Mama Bloodbear's still there?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, we're probably unfriendly.
Okay. The Knights of the Broken Shield.
We've not had many interactions with them. We were definitely indifferent to friendly with the Knights of Vatapol and the Broken Shield. We were definitely... See, this is weird because we were pretending to be friendly with the Broken Shield.
I'm going to put down indifferent.
Yeah, yeah.
Circus of Dread. Unfriendly?
Unfriendly at most. The best case scenario is we don't like those assholes.
It wasn't hostile because you guys didn't drop the gloves in the veins when you saw each other.
We were like taking them off though.
Beast Tamers.
We're friendly. They're helpful with them. Like we're
Probably friendly. I don't think you guys have done anything helpful to them in a while, but
we've been setting up a bunch of fights and we've given them stuff. We're at least friendly.
Yep. Maeve's Fighting School.
Hey, Hey, Ahmed, what do you think it is going to be there with the...
With all the promises you made and didn't keep.
All the promises that we fulfilled 0 of them.
I'm going to drop that to indifferent. I don't think that's a friendly relationship anymore.
I wouldn't See, if Maeve came back and tried to swing her wooden sword around again, it would go very poorly for her. But I would suspect indifference is nice.
Magistrate indifferent?
Yeah.
Commissioner of Games? Probably indifferent.
I thought we were okay with them, but apparently,
Yeah, that's fine. The Duke?
The Duke is the one who's cast. So Ashoka has nothing, is indifferent to the Duke.
Yep. Yeah, I think that's appropriate. The Coalition of the Black Crucible. I think Magnus has been pretty friendly to them.
Zed's been very friendly to them.
Yeah, I think friendly is the right thing. And then the Union of the Black Crucible. Oh, sorry, Union of the Black Crucible. Blah, I'm getting them mixed up. Union of the Black Lotus, which were previously in depths, you're being friendly to. The Coalition of the Black Crucible, which is the Stream Ludus, is...
They're fun to dick with.
I'm going to say indifferent, because I don't think you're treating them with, like, friendly... you charm them, but you didn't really take advantage of it. You dicked with them a little bit. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so I've got this neat little chart. I'm just going to flash it on screen because there's way too much information the player shouldn't see. But effectively, this is how you do a diplomacy chart. It's how they think of the rows, or how they think of the columns, and then the other is Yeah, so there could be inverse relationships here. You could be friendly towards someone that's actually hostile towards you. Like, that would be a really weird relationship.
That's Ashoka's specialty.
Yeah. So I keep this up to date as diplomacy actions are going on.
So, like, that would be just the description of Ashoka's interaction with Lanziver.
Yep.
Ashoka is hostile towards Lanziver, and Lanziver is friendly or helpful towards Ashoka. It's kind of his goal in that.
Was the Zed Czargon match? This was a match to see how many goblins you guys killed, right?
So Zed is doing a non-lethal fight with the Megaphant. Elephant versus elephant.
Oh, right.
And Czargon is doing a fire starter match with
Chanticleer.
With Chanticleer, and they're both like low risk, just D6 kind of.
Okay.
Getting fights in kind of matches.
Yeah. So let us go to the Vanderpool Civic Arena, and get some of these fights done. And then Scarab was fighting who?
I think he was fighting 2 veterans from the Broken Shield.
He's fighting the Hydrax, the Serpent.
Yes.
And Mambo number 5. It might be Coward Guy.
Oh, he's the cowardly guy. Yes.
Cowardly Guy, who will his defensive turtle tactics will provide a flanking bonus for the Serpent of Doom.
Right. Okay.
You're gonna kick their asses so bad. The Serpent's got his ass kicked 3 times so far.
Who's fighting?
Scarab.
Scarab. If you don't tell Scarab what to do for 5 minutes, he sets up a fight. He's very.
Go for it. Magnus is putting money on you.
I think we're gonna end up betting on that one.
Money on that one.
Yeah, actually, Damien's gonna bet on that one too. He's gotta make some money.
Okay, so we have a massive entourage of people, including, Fleas is busy. Fleas is doing shield training, including Sona, Zed, Scarab, Magnus, Snova, Skullcrusher, Phelan carrying Magnus's weapons, and Czargon are all heading into the Vanderpool Civic Arena. As Czargon's gonna fight, Zed's gonna fight, and Scarab have fights. Sona is there to bard it up. Phelan is there to carry Magnus's weapons, as Magnus is still in public wearing chains.
And on this day, I think for Zed's fight, Nova can act as healer.
Okay.
Who's Zed fighting again?
Megaphant. The elephant versus elephant. The rematching.
Okay.
Is Ashoka taking to the stands today?
Of course.
Is Damien watching the fight?
Yeah, but from the veins, not in the stands.
From the veins?
Yeah.
Are you?
He's gonna try to disguise himself.
Are you
again.
disguising yourself as a
How do you
sycophant?
feel about your fight?
Yeah, I'll roll right now.
Are you disguising yourself as a guard for the Conclave? Are you disguising yourself as another gladiator, or?
Just another gladiator. He doesn't wanna.
Okay. So Damien's wearing a bunch of like barbarian leathers and furs, and he's got a goofy hat on.
Still on
Goofy hat on and a fur headband with a bunch of teeth. Okay, so Damien arrives independently.
Like, you smell vile.
What was your what was your disguise check?
14. Yeah, he does. He's not actually trained in it.
He's dressed like it. He's dressed like he's going to a Halloween party. Like this is a Halloween costume.
Like a Halloween costume.
He's going.
Okay, you get by the guards curiously, but when you get into the veins, Gregor sort of sees Damien and starts laughing. Oh, you're going native, are you? He's just wiping a table and just starts fucking laughing.
You're blowing my cover.
Guards looking at him like they're wondering what the hell's going on. Greg's just laughing. He puts out a cup of wine. Oh, you made it this far. Is it Northman Costume Day? What?
He's like, I don't wish to explain.
You're not fighting today, are you? And he looks at this slate where, you know, they often keep track of like the fights and things inside inside the veins.
Oh, no, not today. I'm just here to provide moral support.
All right, no funny business.
No jokes?
Aside from whatever that is.
You know, I am trained in unarmed combat. I had to go watch
You kind of bundle down in your fur hat and your disguise. People apparently are seeing through this thing.
As he's leaving, I make this look good, Gregor. You know I did.
Are you just gonna go hang out by the blood gate, or
Yeah,
are
he's
you?
gonna hang up by the gate.
Okay. Magnus is. Were you placing any bets on today's fights?
Yes.
We'd like to bet on Scarab.
Okay.
As would
Scarab
they.
versus.
Honestly, the other two fights I'm not too sure about.
The other two fights are toss-ups.
Yep.
Yeah, like Megaphant versus Zed is a toss-up. It is literally a who wins initiative. Does anybody roll a 1? Does anybody roll a 20 kind of fight? Because Zed doesn't have any damn hit points, and when it's a Megaphant Zed fight, he's not fighting most optimally. He's fighting to please the crowd by being a goddamn elephant.
I'm trying to find the dude that you fought.
You're not playing at your strength, so.
I'm not turning into a bird and just fireballing from a distance, right?
I'm trying to find Neil the Timid. Can you guys? Do you see his token anywhere?
There's a bunch. Count as Scavina? No.
We gotta figure out where we're gonna put our bets.
Egg, Goldrick, Insert.
He's here. Oop, I put him in the middle.
Okay. Thanks.
I looked for the ones with the red circles.
Right, that's probably why I couldn't find him.
He also had the note that he was pooping his pants for a while as well.
I believe some of them will be D6s. All right. And then Hydrax the Serpent. He was in the year-end fight. His token should be down here somewhere. Hydrax the Serpent. There he is.
Yeah, so we'd like to put 20 talents on Scarab, and then we'll put like 2 talents on Czargon and 2 talents on
Okay,
Zed.
you're only gonna win 10 on Scarab.
That's fine.
Even though Scarab's outnumbered, it's just Scarab hasn't.
He's not out-armed. That's the thing. It's really based on how many arms you have.
He's also very scary, and people know that. Hydrax has lost quite a few times, and Neil also lost out of the tournament.
His
So
Gnome de Guerre is the timid.
So we're getting one or two on.
Yep.
Scarab. Magnus is gonna put 40 talents down.
Okay, so you guys stopped by Yuri the Claw. This type of bet.
Ashoka is doing the bets without Magnus because he heard that Magnus was making bad bets from his spy network. So the Ludus bets are being done separately from Magnus.
Okay, so you went at a different time, or
Yeah.
and how much did Magnus? Who goes first, Ashoka or Magnus, to see Yuri?
I would prefer Ashoka, but whatever.
Okay, let's roll. 1 is Ashoka goes first. 3 is Magnus goes first. 2, despite your desire to go at a different time, Magnus moves at a different pace than Ashoka, and you arrive at the same time. 2.
Ashoka needs to dominate. Or Magnus needs to dominate Leash, apparently. We're just...
All right, it is a busy day, and you do notice that there is a man sitting in the corner chatting with Yuri, and there's a guy at the bar who has seemingly scared everyone away from the bar and is just sitting there. He's sort of like twirling his alcohol. It's spinning like it has much too much motion. He's using magic, and it's also kind of on fire.
Okay.
I'm sorry. What map are we?
I'm just kind of off to the side in the Civic Arena, and let me force you guys to this big clusterfuck of people.
Damien's gone with Ashoka, if that's alright with Ashoka.
Yeah, for sure.
Yep.
Because he wants to place a bet as well.
Yeah, so we'll rewind. Damien has not put on his costume yet, or it has his costume on.
Oh, no, he'll put his costume on.
Okay, so yeah, Damien looks like some podunk barbarian dude with a ear with the ear flaps on the hat, and he's got furs and smells
Fashion
of perfume.
Statement or lost a bet?
Would you recognize me from a distance in this?
You guys are wiping your feet just outside the bar as you take a step in, and then the entourage of Magnus and all the others are now piling into the tavern. The guy sitting at the bar, the bald guy with the tattoos, he's now sitting kind of like a boss, both elbows of the bar, kind of like facing outwards, and he's looking at all of you. You notice that he's got several wands at his belt that he's pushed his cloak back to show you that he's got wands there. Each of the wands has a different color tip.
Am I having like deja vu?
You've met this asshole before.
Good. I just want to make sure no, it wasn't from another campaign.
Oh, we've seen this guy before. I just don't remember when.
Bunch of ugly fuckers, aren't you? Is what he says.
He was at the party, wasn't he?
Yep.
He was at the party at the Phantom Man's.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So, that okay, good.
It was all nice and fucking peaceful in here until you got in here.
It's been a long time, Zad. Doing well.
You know, you're bringing a lot of weapons in here.
Ashoka raises these.
The people that are here to do business can come in. The rest of you fuckers are gonna wait outside. Or I'm gonna stick this fireball wand so far up your ass and read the best incantation ever. Oh, I've done it before. I'll fucking do it to one. And he's actually pulled out his wand and is kind of pointing it at like the big guys behind you.
The fire will come out of the
Maybe
nostril.
kind of whispers to Ashoka, but loud enough for Zayd to hear. So, is threatening to read an incantation like very scary among wizards and sorcerers?
Get the fuck out, is what he's saying, and he gets up, and Sona's like, okay.
You guys stay back. It's fine.
He looks at Magnus in the chains. He's just laughing in Magnus's face. He goes and sits back down at the bar and just watches everything.
Okay, Ashoka's gonna walk up to Yuri.
Okay. Yuri
Yeah,
is...
let's do this, guys.
Yuri is speaking to a man. Give me a sense motive check.
If he's busy, then he'll wait politely.
Yeah, Yuri's desk is there. You can see a bunch of his tall boys are standing around it.
Okay.
The tall boys look
Knowledge local about this guy?
Yeah.
Hey, Damien, why are you dressed like that? It looks good on you.
That bad, huh?
No, seriously. I mean, you got some more.
37 cents motive.
Yuri is deferring to this man and is almost kowtowing.
Okay, Ashoka will wait patiently.
Yeah, I understand. It will be done. He's not drinking with him. The man just sits there. He almost kind of picked the shadowiest spot in the bar. He's in a good spot to see everything that's going on. He does have a halfling slave that is writing in a book beside him, and they start conferring with each other. Yuri kind of like almost like prepares himself for business. He turns around. Ashoka!
Yuri.
You crawled out of your snake den just to come down here and speak to Yuri.
Of course. Who else would I crawl out to speak to?
Yuri feels like a bride blushing bride at altar.
And I showed up.
With groom that showed up the next day, yes. What can I do for you? Are you here to make bet?
Of course.
He said bet pretty loud and kind of sideways glanced at this man. I heard Damien say knowledge local.
Yeah. I'm just gonna take 10, get 20.
20. His name is Mr. Tiggs. Mr. Tiggs is the real money and power behind all betting in Vatapole.
Guess who you, I'm pointing at Ahmed through the screen, owe money to. Also, if that ends up being Scarab needs to throw this upcoming match, that would suck. All right, well, we're not changing our bet.
He seems to, for whatever reason, be interested in or is conducting business here today, and Yuri seems to be on his best behavior.
What is the current odds on the Scarab versus 2 veterans match? I believe it's Hydrax and the Coward.
It is 2-1 in your boy is a favorite. Yeah, many have seen him with his 4 arms and strange wings, and no one can hit him. Not unless they are part of dreadful circus.
Ashoka intentionally lets slip like is it like a bluff? An intentional flash of anger that's like a put-on flash of anger to show an emotional response. Like,
Oh, you got me with your.
I think it's a bluff. I think it's a
exactly.
bluff.
It's
a bluff.
It's a bluff.
Yep.
All right. We're gonna haven't leveled yet. 45.
Wow, that's a pretty good bluff. Yeah, don't get your panties all in bunch. It is probably not good for whatever you have down there.
It's
Magnus
not for Yuri. It's for Mr. Tig.
He looks over at Claw. He's like,
It is great mystery, I'm sure, but no, you're not getting better odds than that. We'll deal with you with you in a minute. That's what he says to Magnus.
20 talents.
Yeah, 20 talent. It is you good for, and he writes down a little bill, and you sign it.
Additionally, 2 on the dragon for lighting up more goblins, and 2 on Zed for knocking out the Megaphant in the mega fight.
Only 2. You get better odds for Zed than Megaphant.
They are token bets, surely.
Don't want to disappoint your own gladiator by not making bet on him. Make him feel bad.
Yes.
You turn yellow instead of green next time.
We wouldn't want any more gladiators turning yellow.
No, it is not good when they turn yellow and start to run. Oh, he's making a jab.
Yeah, see, that one is much more close to home.
He glances up at you like you can tell that he's checking to see if you're angry at that one.
That one so Ashoka is more angry at that one, and is not showing anger at that one.
Okay, give me a bluff check. This is to hide your true feelings.
Ashoka, you son of a bitch.
Just roll Yuri's.
37.
That's still a fucking awesome bluff. All right, everything in order. He gives you a bunch of sheets and gives you basically a copy. You make your signature and sign a bunch of bets. He puts all these bets upside down in a neat little pile after blowing some sand on the ink to make it dry.
Okay, I'll have a shot of like a vodka or whiskey with him.
He does not have it out today.
Oh. Ashoka will tea to seal the deal.
It is not good day for drinking. You can have drink at bar, but we have much business to conduct here today.
Okay, Ashoka will go to the bar and buy a shot, and you'll like do a raise to Yuri and then drink it.
Yeah, send the next one over. Next, says Zad as he's like twirling like a baton his fireball wand or something like that. Could be a scorching ray. It's definitely got a red gem on it, suggesting some sort of fire or evocation. He just twirls. He stops twirling as Ashoka goes by and keeps on twirling. He doesn't say anything to Ashoka. He's definitely watching Magnus closely, though.
Hey, Claw, how you doing?
Better than you. It is like you are You are like a groom who just got dragged in front of the altar. A bit of a crossbow wedding, eh?
It happens sometimes, you know. I do a lot of things without surprises, you know. Hey,
What?
listen, I
What?
owe you something. He takes out 1 talent, puts on desk 2 talents, 3 talents, 4 talents, 5 talents. That's for you helping me identify the things the money that I had that was bad. Remember last time you saw it? Apparently I had a whole bunch more. Me and Scarab, so we got rid of him. This is for you for helping us.
It is your money is not good here. You I already told you what price is. You do favor for Yuri.
All right. Well, 40 talents then on what's his name? 4 arms.
$40.
Yeah.
It is a quite large sum you've got going on there.
I gotta bet everything. This is not good for me. I gotta do something.
Yeah, you're in chains. What does man in chains have 40 talents for?
As his attorney.
I need to step away for a couple minutes. Shoka's distracted. Come on, Damien. It might be for 40 talents. We might screw over Magnus simply to like that doubles the Ludus funds.
As his attorney, I can assure you that though he is currently a slave, he is a class blah 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 slave who is capable of owning his own property and has his own funds. I will not, however, attest to the sum of those funds, as I have no inkling as to what they may be.
But Magnus is already in my debt. Allowing a man such as him in his predicament, and he glances down at the chains, to make further bet is not good for business. Why should Yuri take this bet?
Hello?
Why should Yuri take this bet?
I guess I should. So are you telling me to take business somewhere else? I don't understand.
He raises an eyebrow, like, really?
I don't. Is Damien? What does he mean?
A moment with my client, please. He takes you to the sides, like, do you have 40 talents?
Not on me.
No, but do you own 40 talents?
Yeah. I fight all the time. What do you think I've been doing with my money?
Yeah, you don't get paid to fight.
No,
Just-
I bet on myself.
Well, good for you. Good for you. I bet on you too.
Yeah, because if I die, it's it. So I bet everything.
Yes, that's been my policy as well. However, you have the money then.
Yeah.
So if you lose, you can pay him.
Yeah.
And it won't come back on the Ludus.
Yeah. No, it will not.
Okay. Let's return.
I'd like to make a bet.
He has the money.
If he brings 40 talents before Yuri, how is he supposed to say no against this?
You're insisting he go and collect it.
Yes. He glances to Tiggs. Tiggs just nods. It is because you're already in our debt and your predicament is not trustworthy.
Okay, yeah, I see. No, that makes sense. Yeah, okay, all right. That's fair. That's fair. Hey, I need to go back. It's gonna be taking some time. How much time before the fight?
You've got time to go run back and come back with your 40 talents.
Magnus, wait for us, please.
Alright. It'll take me a while to count 40.
Yes.
It is almost fight time. You'll have to run, get talent quick.
He'll make it. We're not that far.
I'm sure he will. He's
like-
not here to waste more of Yuri's time.
I would like to make a bet for 20 talents.
20 talents. Is this personal bet or from Ludus?
This is a personal bet.
He fills the paperwork and you sign your name, and as long as everything's on board, he seems to take your bet without seeing the coin.
Okay.
Your name and station as a lieutenant goes far. Plus, you've placed bets with him before. Are there any other bets being placed?
Scarab wants to bet on himself.
there's the bugman right now.
As you pass by Magnus, hey, do you want me to give you some more talents?
No, I'm confident Scarab will be fine.
No, this is the Scarab. As Scarab passes Magnus.
Oh.
Magnus is like, do you want me to spot you some talents?
Well, I just heard what he said there. You got some talents to spare?
Yeah.
Then hell yeah.
20?
You can loan me 20?
Yeah.
Alright, buddy, yeah. Thanks. Yeah, if you ever try to escape, Gracchus is so on your side.
Scarab approaches. It is Bugman himself.
Yep. Looking to make a bet on myself.
How much do you want to bet?
30.
Yuri glances over to Tiggs. Tiggs kind of goes, what if I could pay you 50?
50.
You're hypothetical. Have you ever jumped in ocean for a pearl?
He looks at him. I'll tell you what. I'll do it for 50. But my friends, their bets didn't happen.
What is how do you think we pay for such thing?
Other people are betting on me. Are you crazy? Come on.
That is true.
Alright, I'm back.
40, and the bets never happened.
It is a rare thing to find a pearl. Most of the time you find just a stupid mollusk.
Alright, then I'll just do my thing.
Alright. He 30 talents, you said?
Yep.
You're part of Magnus's crew, yeah?
For now, yeah.
You're, we need to see money up front. We need to count and make sure it's real talent.
What do you mean? You have to see my money. I always pay.
It is a new policy when doing business with Magnus.
Yeah, I'm not doing business with Magnus. I'm doing business with you. It's my money to you.
You are carrying Magnus's leash.
Yeah, that's my job.
If you want a better job one day, you come talk to Yuri. Yuri have better job for
I'll
you.
talk to you when the season's over. Right now, we're trying to do business, and I don't understand what's happening right now.
We want to have a look at money, make sure it's not fake.
Yeah, okay, I'll grant you that was a thing. That was a thing.
Bring money here, we make bet.
All right. I gotta bring Magnus back to the Ludus anyway. That's fine.
And
You know-
good luck on sands. It is very dangerous out there.
Oh, please, I don't need help against a pair of boots or soon-to-be pair of boots and that pissant.
It is good alliteration.
That wasn't my best. He just walks out. Like... All right, Magnus, we gotta go back to the Ludus real quick.
Yeah, I told you. Well, come on, he's hopping once. Seriously, I don't need the ones on the feet.
Yeah, you don't. He does the ones on his feet. Like, let's go, hurry up.
And the ones on my arm. I mean, come on.
Okay, so the whole Magnus and entourage go back to the Ludus, and
Yeah, well, when you're gonna be transporting 60 talents, yeah.
okay.
Magnus tells,
There's gonna be a lot of muscle behind that, especially when a group of
So-
criminals knows
so
you're
what-
gonna be transporting 60 talents.
What were the bets that Magnus and
40 and 30.
so 70 talents?
And what's his name
Yeah.
wanted him to throw his fight. Claw wanted him to throw the fight.
So Marty,
Mm.
when you allow bets and have somewhat large quantities involved, and then you have things like death matches where people don't care if they die, so there's no point in not betting everything. You end up with stuff like this.
It's fine.
Magnus has been living like, well, if I die, I put it out.
Magnus
I'm
is
all in.
just pissing it away on magic tattoos.
Yep.
Are you sure you want to bet that much, Sona? It's a lot of money.
What do we got? What do we
He's
got?
probably thinking that can free me 5 times. I'm just saying.
Only 4. He's kind of expensive.
How much money are you betting?
A lot, Czargon, a lot.
Okay.
It has been some time since Czargon's received a gift.
It has been some time since Czargon has fought.
Yes.
The last time you were supposed to fight, you did not show up.
Busy.
And the time before that, didn't you steal an artifact?
Is it Damien just
He
got
didn't even fight. He didn't even fight. This is while we're walking.
You don't know why Damien's wearing a stupid hat.
He's got like Viking horns from the opera.
He looks like Jockster from from Xena.
We head back. We count.
Yeah, you head back. You make a quick
Magnus
count
is
to
scratching
70.
every talent. It's taking some time. He's like, it's real. It's real. It's real.
So, are you attempting to appraise your own talents?
We did this before, but he's just worried, like, oh, what if it happens again?
So, are you marring your own talents,
You mean marring?
cutting them to see if the metal's real?
Doing the same thing that he did before.
Who?
His claw.
Okay, so give me an appraise check as you're now cutting your talents, trying to ascertain whether they're real or not.
Sid, Sid, do you know about this crab?
What are you doing?
Yes, Sid's probably already done it for you, but he could do it again.
I'm just betting a lot of money on the scab.
I'm guessing you had a +0 on your appraise.
I am, yeah.
Have you drank your engine yet? He might have a -1.
Bunch of fucking bent talents.
Sid's 39.
I'm assuming a bunch of talents with teeth marks on them where he bit each of them.
Right. Yeah, Sid ascertains that all of the remaining talents are good.
Sit approved.
He didn't even have to mar them. He just rubbed them a little bit on a piece of paper and dropped a couple of drops from his alchemy kit on them and made sure that the gold was real.
It's a little different than I with new technique.
Yeah.
Now, a talent doesn't actually have 1,000 gold pieces worth of metal in it.
Yeah, it's just a representation.
Yeah, but it does have some precious metal in it, including gold and a bit of platinum.
So Magnus is hauling. He tells Phelan to have his fire sword right next to him.
50 coins weighs a pound, so
Sorry?
50 coins weighs a pound. So I don't think you're not hauling anything. You got this nice size little purse.
Oh, there's
70.
just okay.
Yeah.
So 40 for me and 20 for 60. I'm carrying 60.
Okay.
And
Give me perception checks on your way back.
We are not trained yet.
Nope.
Not trained.
Shoka's in the crowd's eating pork rinds. And,
Yeah, Shoka's already headed out to.
Damien got a 28.
29. Actually, Sid's coming back. You guys are betting. Should get in on this. Magnus's roll is a. Nothing. He's just carrying the money. Doesn't see anything. 16.
All right. Who got the 28 and the 29?
That would be
Sid got a 29.
and Damien.
As everyone is piling in towards the Civic Arena, Damien and
29 for Scarab. Too.
and Scarab, the 28s and 29s, you do realize that there are a lot of people that might be paid for or are very interested in what goes on in Yuri's tavern, the Bent Helm. Like people lingering in the streets, watching, keeping an eye out. Mm-hmm. You get a sense that there might be invisible security, as well as the very loud and maroon-coated tall boys.
Okay.
Yeah, you for a brief period of time, for several blocks, you did not feel safe.
Okay.
You are able to bring the money directly to Yuri. Yuri is there. By the time you get back, Mr. Tiggs is not there, and neither is Zed. Yuri is drinking.
We got 2 talents now.
All right, let's have a look at these things and make sure they're not cheap facsimile like you brought me last time.
I told you, I didn't know I was screwed over.
It is not Yuri's problem that you cannot pay with real coin.
Ching, 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 ching.
It is making a convincing sound, however. This is
Good
what...
enough. Okay, consider that. $40 and 30 from Scarab.
You normally allow Magnus to carry your money?
Who's gonna take it from him?
Give me a bluff.
I'm not bluffing. Who's gonna take the money from Magnus? I don't know what I'm rolling for.
Maybe a bear can try. Oh wait.
I think Magnus is lending you money, and that's why he's got it.
Oh. 9.
All right. He counts out 40. He has a quick look at them. He looks at maybe about half before he gets bored with the process. He looks at the other bag of 30. He types out 2 notes. There is an additional note that goes along with Magnus's. It's effectively a lien. Well, actually, you're paying the full amount up front.
Yeah.
Okay, Damien, give me a profession lawyer check.
34.
He's trying to slide into the paperwork a lien that suggests that Magnus owes Yuri services in total of 20 talents.
No, I don't think so. Seem to have made a mistake here, Yuri.
Oh, how did that get in here? This was supposed to be sent by messenger a long time ago to explain to Magnus the magnitude of Yuri's disappointment.
Is this now a favor that you owe me?
This is a ratification of favor you owe Yuri.
Based on this ratification, can he pay off his debt?
It puts a price on what he's paying. It also means that if Magnus died and his shit was sold, that this lien
He would be entitled
he'd
to.
be entitled to it.
Alright. Magnus, you never got one of these before?
No.
Yeah, well. You are also now entitled to pay this off. Wish.
If you make your mark there, it is ratified. I am afraid that every time you come in here, you keep on forgetting that you owe Yuri something. And this is what you owe Yuri.
But I want good service after this.
What does that even mean?
Oh, good chair. This is not good chair. I want comfortable chair, good drink. Come on.
Basically, I think that means he wins your winnings.
For this fight.
Yep.
All right.
That's disgusting.
Aye, aye. He spits in his hand and shakes your hand. You are lawyer. You see that.
Mine and his. Mine and his.
It is only your services that we are interested in.
He's talking to Magnus?
Yeah, he's saying this loud. Scarab is either confused or understands it. Maybe Yuri doesn't want to tell everyone in the bar that he offered you a job.
Nope, probably not. And Scarabs probably doesn't want him to either.
Okay.
All right. That's fine.
Magnus signs. Okay. It is good doing business with you, Magnus.
I can't stay angry at you. I like you too much.
That is part of the charm.
But I'm a little bit angry. Next time I want a quality chair and free drinks.
Yeah, this guy. We will have a chair with giant M carved in it.
I'm talking about the respect.
And as for a free drink, enjoy while you watch your man win. And he puts a 3/4 full clear bottle of vodka in your hands.
Here's to favors.
All right, Yuri
Does juice mean what I think juice means?
He's going for a whole bottle. That is how you drink. And he finishes his shot. Okay, are you guys done doing bets with Yuri?
We're done doing bets.
Done.
Cool.
He looks scared, but fucking win.
Aye, there's the rub.
Oh.
Because then you'd lose your coin and you'd owe Yuri 20 talents.
Yeah, good stuff. It's funny enough, I can still pay that.
Okay, so Damien beats you guys to the veins with his silly disguise, and not far behind are the rest of you coming into the veins. You are Dreg's not here today. You are offered tokens of aspect. You politely decline. Some of you bark at them. You do see Chanticleer is finishing up his prayers and just gives Czargon a nod. And wanders in. Chanticleer looks at Damien and gives him a strange look, like, what the fuck? And then just continues on.
Damien's walking like, this is how I always dress. What are you looking at?
He's big swinging dick. He's big.
Okay.
For some reason, they still have everyone coming through the same
They're just
the same
doing
way.
it to be annoying at this point.
Sid had dropped these guys some potions, whatever they wanted. What do they want?
I think the alchemist is probably covered, and
Yeah, Scarab can take care of his own.
then Czargon has spells and is doing a fight about spell casting, and Zed is doing an honorable match.
Okay. Hydrax and the Serpent and Neil the Timid come in. Neil gives Damien a nod, and you realize you're kind of dressed like him without his armor.
Oh, for fuck's sake. Damien takes the hat off. It's like it's not worth it anymore.
I'd rather be attacked.
There he is. I don't think we should go over there. Shut up. You. Bugman.
Mm-hmm. Scarab stands up, crosses his forearms.
He glances at Zed.
I expect there won't be any use of poisons or other illicit substances in this upcoming fight.
How many potions is he gonna drink?
As many as I damn well please.
Well, it's a dangerous place. They leave all sorts of things out there in the sands, says Hydrax.
Yeah. Like I don't know about poison. Snake man.
I was gonna say it could be a more friendly fight if you refused from drinking a barrel of magic before fighting us. That's perhaps how he fights, says Neil the Timid.
Oh, Neil. I like Neil. Let's adopt Neil.
Wait, who likes him? Adam does, because there's goddamn no way that Ashoka likes him.
No, Ashoka doesn't like that guy.
I don't think
Sid doesn't even like that guy.
So?
you fight your way, I'll fight mine.
All right. We have to do it this way. He reaches for his belt and grabs a coin purse.
Magnus will put his hand out. I can hold it for you.
Yeah.
I'm not going anywhere.
You could hold my coin purse in here. There's
Actually, what are you doing before he takes it? What are you betting or something?
No, I'm offering this fine gentleman here a small sum to not use any of his potions in this fight.
Nope.
Why not?
Because I already bet on myself.
Huh. Well, maybe this would ease the pain of a potential loss.
How much is in there? Because I don't think that's enough.
10 talents of bloodstones?
I'm sorry. Please finish.
Oh my god.
Sona has now gone to go get a drink.
Yeah. It's Zed is like
Czargon comes behind Magnus. I'll take 10 talents with the bloodstones.
Magnus like high-fiving him. You funny bastard.
Zed is way less confrontational once it's like down to like bribery to win is like the situation's diffused.
This is not going anywhere.
Well, it might go somewhere. You know, do you think you could? Is it worth? You know, so what would you lose if?
I'll tell you what. I'll take your 10 talents to not shove his head up your ass.
It's not very friendly.
Apparently, he wants me to say, "Go fuck yourself." I wouldn't, says Neil.
No, it's okay. I get that a lot.
Nah, your loss. He ties the pouch back to his belt.
Actually, that's what they'd be saying to you afterwards.
We'll see.
Nah, I will see. You won't. You'll be unconscious.
Please don't stick my head up his ass.